of a Thousand Corpses has so many disturbing natures to it. From the trippy cutscene of the skunk ape to the sardonic torment of the Firefly family themselves. But the one thing that I found to be most horrific in my opinion, especially as I grew older watching this movie, was the killing of Don Willis, the caring and dedicated father to main character Denise, who meets his tragic demise. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Phantom of the India Review. It is your host, Ratty, and today we are talking about a very gut-wrenching scene to me from this movie that I've been doing a lot. If you have yet to subscribe, please do. We are on our journey for 3,000 subscribers and we're almost there. So if you want to dress up like a bunny and run, rabbit, run, then come hang out. One of the most impactful parts of horror is a familial bondage between characters, the glue that kind of has the audience supporting for a character to live. But the irony in this movie specifically for me is that though they want us to care about Denise and her friends, we end up caring about Dawn, her father, a lot more. Even though Dawn has a very short amount of screen time. After Denise and her friends get ambushed and kidnapped by the Firefly family, we fully meet Dawn. The first time we see Dawn in this movie is when Denise gives him a call in the middle of the night, letting him know that they're stuck in a rainstorm and they might be home late. Next morning on Halloween, after we see what happens to the victims, we get more of Don Willis. Denise doesn't come home. Dawn calls the police to report her missing. Two deputies, George Wydell and Steve Nash, find the couple's abandoned car in a field with a dead, mutilated cheerleader in the trunk. Dawn happened to be a former retired policeman, and he's called to the scene to help the deputies search. They arrive at the Firefly's property. In this scene where you kind of think the good guys are gonna win a little bit, gets blown out of proportion intensely. Wydell questions Mother Firefly about the missing teens. The scene builds and they find a little shed with a bunch of dead bodies in it. Mother Firefly shoots Wydell in the head and kills him. Otis sneaks up, ambushes them, and kills them both. Dawn's dedication as a father and a former policeman is such a grounded and solid performance. Like, yes, he's looking for his daughter, but he also remains, and he's very close to the case. Sometimes emotions get too attached. We see in movies when a police officer has their emotions attached to a case, it doesn't turn out good, but he seems to be grounded and dedicated to finding his daughter. And once Dawn gets killed, it shows that there is very little hope in this movie. And then this leads to the most gut-wrenching scene of the movie, in my opinion. Denise, Jerry, and Mary are all dressed up like rabbits to essentially be sacrificed and slaughtered by the Firefly family. As they're taken down into the living room down the stairs, Denise gets almost a false sense of hope when she sees a glimpse of who she believes is her father. Then the sick game is revealed that it is just her father's dead, skinned flesh placed over Otis's face as Otis torments Denise. Such a graphic and emotionally charged scene, in my opinion. Oftentimes in horror, the director allows us to kind of get a false sense of hope throughout the movie, allowing characters to meet up. Like, for example, in other movies, the dad would find his daughter a little bit. Maybe they would have a scene together where they see each other one last time before one of them gets killed. But in this movie, Zombie is so diabolical at directing that the dad just gets killed off, and it really shows how diabolical and depraved the Fireflies really are. And like I said, the more I watch this movie, that scene always gets to me. It really packs a punch. Like, I couldn't imagine something like that, having a family member going missing, and on your way to find them, you get no closure, no understanding, you just get killed along the way. That's very terrifying in my opinion. And that's why I find this scene to be one of the most interesting parts of the movie. Alright guys, that's the video. Subscribe, give me a thumber, hit that ding-a-ling button for us and you telling you, hey, it's me, I'm here. And I'm gonna say it one time for the one time and two time for the O's. Give me a hell yeah for horror.